Welcome back to Big Mouth, and fancy seeing you here. Yes, Aquaman is targeting to be a member of the $1 billion club. It's a foregone conclusion now. By today, at some point, it will clear 900 million. Aquaman is the juggernaut nobody saw coming. Pundits and kind of bloggers were talking about it being lucky to hit 600 million. To struggle going against Mary Poppins Returns, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and Bumblebee. Bumblebee has underachieved, and Mary Poppins Returns is barely breaking even globally. It's that she's done a bit better domestically because we know Disney is the darling of the steak-chomping America. No offence, Americans, you know I love you, but you are very Disney biased, aren't you? But this is amazing. This is amazing. There's a lot of upset, triggered, butthurt people out there because they just didn't see it happening. They didn't. Because this is a film that's kind of been given okay reviews with gritted teeth by bloggers and pundits and critics. The fans have absolutely loved this. When I talk about the fans, I'm talking about the movie-going mainstream audience have loved this film. And at first, reviewers and critics were saying, oh yeah, amazing CGI. Then they started dialing back and started criticising the CGI, how you can do that. Then ILM yesterday came out with details of how they did the CGI here. Something Screen Rant criticised themselves. It's becoming very, very interesting now how the bloggers and the pundits will react when Aquaman actually does hit $1 billion. Now, one of the things they're trying to say is, it's not because it's a great movie, it's because it was Christmas. All right then, if a film can just automatically make $1 billion because it's Christmas, what happened to Mary Poppins Returns? What happened to Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse? What happened to the female-led Bumblebee? What happened? Aquaman is a great blockbuster, it works, and it's a great part of the DCEU franchise, and it's working. Walter Hamada being in charge of this franchise is working. Everything is working. And don't forget, there's meant to be a big announcement today, everyone, about a DCEU movie, a project, I don't know. I'm being told it's Man of Steel 2. Unlikely it's the Snyder Cut, but you never know. Miracles could happen, but I'm being told it's massive. Now, you know with these sources, sometimes they can talk utter bollocks. And as I said before, it's my duty as a YouTuber, not a successful one, a moderate YouTuber, to let you, my fellow DCEU fans, know what's going on, if possible. So be prepared for an emergency video about this big news sometime today. But flipping back to Aquaman, this is massive. This is massive for the Snyderverse of the DCEU because it was him who got the director in James Wan. It was him who cast Jason Momoa and Amber Heard. It's him. But of course, the total credit for the quality of this film is on James Wan. And he's a director who's very vocal publicly. And he's already been praised by Star Wars fans by, talking respectfully to the fans. If he feels the fans are being disrespectful to people, he tries to talk to them as people equals rather than what Rian Johnson was doing with The Last Jedi and being rude to fans who didn't like the movie. So James Wan has got a lot of credit, but James Wan hasn't finished with DC yet. We know he's very much involved with the DC Universe streaming service as well. So I'm very excited to see what he does. But also, we don't know if he's going to agree to do an Aquaman 2. He would be stupid, wouldn't he? I mean, he can choose any project he wants. But, the superhero genre is so massive now, so big. This is the first DCEU director to potentially get $1 billion movie. He will have $1 billion movie. And at the end of the day, it's massive. And, Warner Brothers won't want him to fly too far away. And he won't. He'll be happy with Warner Brothers. He was allowed to make the film that he wanted to make. He's not a puppet. He would not allow anyone to tell him what he does. Because ultimately, a director puts their name on a film. So, he even said it. He said, if it doesn't work out and the movie flops, blame me, nobody else. You say he's a brilliant director. He's a brilliant guy, but he hasn't made a flop. he's made a very, very successful movie.